My name is Celeste Street, and this is my video summary of coal burning the future. The main topic in the video was about mountaintop mining, about how it replaced underground mining, but also how destructive it is for the environment and the people that live around. With mountaintop mining, they cut the tops off of mountains and they extract the fuel, the fossil fuels and the coal from inside the mountain, and then dump the waste into wastelands and dump it into water and just things like that. So with dumping it into water, it leads to flooding and other destructive things that are unimpactful for the environment. At the time when mountaintop mining was at its all-time high, it was the single most environmentally destructive act of that time. The reason for this is because coal supplies half of the energy worldwide and US, and we are completely dependent on it. We need coal to power our everyday things. As years go on, the increase of coal, it just goes up. So we are completely dependent on coal, and the more time goes on, the more we need, the more it goes up. But with modern technology, scientists are trying to find a way to become dependent on another energy source instead of coal, because extracting coal is harmful for the environment. And another topic was a coal plant and how it leads to global warming, because the coal plant releases a significant amount of carbon dioxide into the environment, and it's very harmful. There's a certain amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but a number can reach its limit, and if it is too high, it's very dangerous. Another topic was dumping waste in the water, and how that led to the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act, and how it would form like a water, kind of like a coal slurry, and they would just dump the waste in there, and it was very harmful to the people that relied on the water for their everyday needs, and it was dangerous for the animals that lived there and for the environment around. So that led to no aquatic life in the creeks. So all the fish, everything like that couldn't survive because the water had so much chemicals in it and was just not safe to swim in. So with this led to protests, and people that lived around these coal mining facilities began to protest because they were first-handedly impacted by the mountaintop mining. So they began to protest because they claimed that it was making their kids sick, it was making them sick. They relied on water to cook their food, to drink, to do everyday things with, and they couldn't even use the water because it was disgusting. Another topic was destroying the mountains for money, because the demand for coal was really high, because the demand for energy is constantly rising. The demand for more workers to extract more coal led to more job openings, which led to more money being passed around. So the more demand there was for energy and coal, the more coal needs to be extracted, the more workers they need to do that, and the more workers and the more jobs and the more money. And I'll back again with the water. The sludge in the water leaks into the environment, so it's harmful for the land animals and the trees, the plants, just everything around. So it's not just aquatic life that is affected by the water sludge, but it's also the organisms that live around it. And they protested because there were possibilities of school closings because of the pollution. People protested to the state wouldn't listen, and people began to speak out. People in the community gathered together to speak out against the mountaintop mining to get clean water, because it wasn't safe. The people, one of the questions were, why don't you leave? And they didn't want to leave because that area was their home, and they believed that they were there first, and that should stop because they were there first and that is their home and they don't want to leave their home.